What's up, losers? Today I'm back with another round of r/fatlogic fun. Checking out a couple of eye-opening posts and responding to them as best I can. This is episode 82 in the fatlogic series. And I'm ready to have my world turned upside down by some ultra-big brain fat acceptance takes. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Different flavors of fatphobes. I'm actually oppressed, and you're not, fatphobe, who's part of multiple other minorities, and is probably the most idiotic of all fatphobes. You'd think this person would be for equality, but they actually only care about gatekeeping and maintaining an oppression hierarchy that puts them at the top. Previously fatphobe, who doesn't realize that they are destined to be fat again, according to all scientific evidence we currently have, unless they result to an eating disorder. Gotta love when previously fat people push others down on their way to make it to the top of the thin privilege ladder. Never not been thin, fatphobe, who understands nothing about what it's like to be fat in this world that treats fat people as the last punching bag of society, without repercussions. They're often the one who brings up thin shaming as either some ridiculous counterpoint to fatphobia, or as actually, I'm as oppressed as you are argument. Concern troll, who loves bringing up health into the equation, as if health determines whether someone should be treated as a human being, and as if there's any scientific evidence that it's possible to intentionally lose weight long term in the first place. I was paid by Weight Watchers or blank weight loss drug to spout fatphobic pseudoscience. Fatphobe, who can't turn down some buckaroonies from weight loss corporations.
Wow, that's a lot of flavors. What a treat. I feel like I've just walked into a buffet or something. Delightful. I suppose I'll begin with the first flavor, and then sample the rest of them one by one. On the first flavor, I would say that just because someone belongs to one or more minority groups and cares about equality, does not mean that they have to accept the principles of fat acceptance or campaign on behalf of fat people. There could be any number of reasons why they might feel the way that they do. But the most important are probably that they don't recognize fat people as a legitimate demographic group, given that their condition is not inherent, but caused by diet and lifestyle choices, or that they don't feel that fat people are being oppressed because their problems are self-imposed. Either of these is a legitimate viewpoint to hold. And when considering the real forms of oppression that other groups face on the basis of their minority status, it's unsurprising that some members of these groups would give fat politics a less than warm reception. On the second flavor, not everyone who loses weight is destined to put it back on or develop an eating disorder. This is just demonstrably false and needlessly demoralizing. Not cool. On the third flavor, sure, it might be true that people who have always been thin don't understand the fat experience, and that thin shaming is not generally as prevalent or severe as fat shaming. But this does not and should not prevent thin people from having opinions about obesity as a social and medical issue. Nor does it compel anyone to accept the kinds of ludicrous claims that fat activists often try to make, based on their apparent lived experience. We're still allowed to think about things critically, experience or no. As for the fourth flavor, when people talk about the health consequences of obesity, they are not, at least for the most part, concern trolling. They are just concerned. It only seems malicious because you've adopted such a defensive stance. And those of us who express such concern are not trying to devalue fat people as human beings. Far from it. It is because we recognize fat people's humanity that we are so concerned about what they're doing to their health. Characterizing good faith advice in this way is supremely uncharitable, and frankly, a little hurtful. Finally, the fifth flavor. Yeah, there are plenty of unscrupulous characters in the weight loss industry, looking to make a quick buck I won't deny that, but there are also plenty of good people doing good work. So it doesn't seem fair to generalize like this. Oh yeah, and the fatosphere itself is chock full of quacks and grifters. Glass houses.
When everyone is ordering salads and iced tea, but you wanted to actually enjoy the money you're spending at a restaurant.
Man, I will never understand posts like these. If you want to order something other than salads and iced tea, just fricking do it. Why does it matter what everyone else is doing? You are your own person. It is completely up to you to make whatever choice you want. Like, I get that peer pressure is real, and all that, but you can't seriously get mad at other people for ordering what they want. Because it forces you to reflect on your own choices in a way that you would prefer not to. Other people are entitled to order what they want to. The rest of the world is not obliged to prioritize your feelings above all else. I feel like if you're comfortable in your own skin, whether as a fat or a thin person, you're not going to worry about people judging you for the food you eat anyway. Because you know that you've made the right choice for yourself, and anyone who would look down on somebody over something so trivial is probably an asshole anyway. Like, you wouldn't catch me ordering a salad at a restaurant to impress my peers. Because I am happy with my body and diet. And I know that indulging myself on special occasions isn't going to do any harm. If somebody I'm eating with takes issue with that, it's their problem, not mine. With that being said, in most cases, I doubt that people would even notice, much less care, that what you order is different to what they're getting. Because people are generally pretty wrapped up in their own thoughts, not the contents of their tablemate's plate. So in summary, chill out, and order whatever you want. It's really not that deep.
Eating fast food as a meal most times of the week doesn't make you gross. It doesn't make you unhealthy. Eat what feels good. Hashtag fat liberation. Hashtag body positive. Hashtag food neutrality. Hashtag fast food. Hashtag fatphobia. Hashtag fat acceptance. Hashtag body positivity. Hashtag food is not the enemy. Hashtag fat positive.
Okay, let's not get carried away here, haha. I don't have any problem with fast food as a semi-regular treat. But most times of the week, yeah, that might be pushing it a bit. Surely there's some kind of middle ground here. I wouldn't say that eating any amount of fast food makes you gross, but it is, in all likelihood, going to make you unhealthy. Because when most people get fast food, they don't usually go for salad wraps or veggie sandwiches. Do they? They go for the greasiest, saltiest, most calorically dense items on the menu. And when had with any great regularity, this kind of food is going to be difficult to fit into a balanced diet with a reasonable calorie intake. It's all well and good to tell people to eat what feels good, and all that, but when what feels good is a bucket of chicken wings, a mountain of fries, a jumbo, full sugar Coke, and an ice cream sundae, you're going to have to place a limit on how often you can indulge yourself in this way. Maintaining a healthy weight does not require one to sacrifice all of the foods that they enjoy, or eat only celery and carrot. You can still eat the things that you like, including fast food. But there are limits to everything, and eating fast food nearly every day is, for most people, at least, a recipe for disaster, as far as weight and long-term health are concerned. Well, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed the posts and my commentary. What do you think? Is eating fast food for most meals unhealthy? Do people who eat salad and drink iced tea ruin eating out for everyone else? Which flavor of fatphobe is the tastiest? Let me know in the comments. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, or I'll take you out to lunch, and I'll indulge myself in a giant fast food binge, while forcing you to order only iced tea and salad. And you'll feel super sorry for yourself. Just kidding, haha. Anyway, catch you later.